Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Um, I want to talk about some books, of course. I'm always talking about books, books, books. Hope everyone is enjoying their day. Before I get started, I want to thank anybody who's watching my video, and I hope all is well. I put out a lot of tips for things to help you better yourself, whether you understand them or not. I'm pretty simple with some things. I give nutrition things. I give you a list of herbs. Um, I show you some basic things that I use myself. Okay, so this isn't just stuff I just picked up. These are things that I've acquired um, over time. Okay, I talked about this on a few videos, but due to some health issues that came up back in 2014, 2015, I changed my whole diet over to vegetarian, plant-based, however you want to say it, okay? Um, my body wasn't processing meat anyway. You know, I was just walking around with a lot of extra weight, couldn't go to the restroom, couldn't poop for months, forever. Like I was going through a lot of stuff. So, now they're pushing vegan and vegetarian in the news and social media and stuff, and a lot of people think it's just a trend or a fad, and it may be for some, but I'm gonna tell you from my personal experiences, since I just deal with fruits and vegetables and things like that, cut out the dairy. They have all type of uh, options too, guys, like almond milk, coconut milk, rice milk. I've tried all these. Oat milk, they're all good. I like all of them. I switch up through all of them just so I don't get bored. um, I never was drinking milk anyway because I'm lactose intolerant, but I used to like cheese a lot. But they also have cheese that's vegan. It's really good. I'll come on and do a video about that when I go shopping again, so I can just show you guys some things to get if you want to try it out. Trader Joe's carries a lot of this stuff. I really love going to Trader Joe's. And they have the vegan butter, the vegan cheese, but you can get it at Kroger's. You can get it online. At the Whole Foods, if you don't want to walk in Whole Foods, you can order it online. I know with all the stuff going on, all the deliveries are slowed up, but these are options. Okay, guys. Um, I am actually trying to transition my children over right now. So that has been a struggle more than myself because I had to do it. You know, I would get sick if I wouldn't. If I hadn't switched over, I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now. But to tell someone else who enjoys meat, hey, you might want to switch over, it's very hard, especially when it comes to kids. I know you're thinking, okay, well, you're the adult, da 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 da. Well, I have children that don't live in the home with me. You know, I have adult kids too. So it's like I want to share this with them too. So what I do is I prepare meals, invite them over, feed them, don't even tell them it's vegan, and then they're like, oh, that's good, mom, and then I tell them what it is. So there's a lot of options, guys, lots. But anyway, with what's going on right now, what's been going on, like with the clouds, they have a thing called chemtrails. Everyone should have heard of this. If you don't know about it, you can look it up on Google. Chemtrails, contrails. These things are chemicals that are being sprayed into our atmospheres, in our clouds. You're not exempt from it unless you live on the southern hemisphere, I believe. Um, they're spraying them in our clouds, basically. Okay, so as long as you go outside, you breathe in air, you use the AC, the heat, whatever, unless you have a special filtration system, you're going to breathe in these toxins. Okay, so to lessen your chance of getting diseases, having organ failure and dying, and coming up with all these other viruses and all this stuff they're making up and telling you about, you need to change your lifestyle. And the only way to start is with what you put into your body, then what you put onto your body. You know, this is a combination of things, okay? So, it would be a good idea to even consider it right now and try to eat as less meat as possible. Okay, fish is considered meat too, guys. Oysters, sardines, what else is in a can? That spam stuff people eat. Anything that's not fruits or vegetables is considered meat. Okay, so if you cannot grow it, basically is what I'm trying to say. If you cannot put it in the soil and regrow it, or put it in water and regrow it, you know, plant it, then you shouldn't be consuming it at this point. Okay. Um, that's just for those who want to actually live without disease and stuff like that. Now, for those of you who aren't concerned with that, do whatever works for you. I do believe in to each his own too, guys. I believe like whatever works for you, go for it. And if you're, if you have medical conditions, do whatever you have to do. Talk to your doctor. Do whatever you have to do. I'm just telling you off my personal experiences, and then also what I research online. And like I said, I stay tapped into spirit, so I get a lot of my knowledge through there too, or my information. I'll say information. I get my information just through my spiritual connections. Let's just say that, okay? And then I follow up because I'm here and I'm breathing in this dimension, so I follow up with things that are here too, and I see how they all like coincide. They go together, okay? So anyway, there's something called cloud seeding, and that's what they're doing now, okay? So that's what's going to make this whole virus thing take off for a lot of people, and they're going to get sick and stuff because they need to change their lifestyle. You have to quit smoking too if you can. If not, then, like I said, at least try to work on what you're consuming in your body, the meat and stuff like that. Because I used to be a smoker years ago. I quit cold turkey. It's been 6 years. I never been a heavy drinker, but I would drink a little bit here and there or whatever, I used to smoke weed, all type of stuff, so I know that it's hard, but honestly, you just have to think about like what's going to be better for you, and then if you have children or whatever. If not, do whatever you need to do, do what works for you. But anyway, so yeah, there's something called cloud seeding. So everything that's coming down off the clouds, through the rain, all that stuff is hitting your body. You're breathing it in. So what it does is it's going to compromise your system, okay? Because your body has a natural defense system and all that, but when you're being overloaded with a lot of chemicals, then that's when the problem comes in at. So I showed on my video how you can make your own detox teas at home, like with the fennel seed. What is it called? Eucalyptus. I can't even say that word right. I have so many herbs, guys. I don't even show them all because it would just be a whole video of herbs, okay? And like I said, I go to my local Botanica and I get these herbs, and I make teas out of them accordingly. I have so many different herbs. It's ridiculous. But they all get toxins out of your body. And then when you combine this herb with that herb and with this, and then you can come up with a super food. That's what I do. That's basically what I do. So just find ways to better yourself, okay? And I'm telling you, it would behoove you right now to change the way you eat. And then you need to change your thoughts, because you can eat all the healthy stuff in the world, and if your mindset isn't right, then you're still going to get sick. And I explained that in one of my other videos. What I mean by that is if you're always in fear and scared of catching something. Now, being alert and aware, like when we give you this information, that's different from actually being scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you tools to work with, okay? So that you don't even have to worry about it. Because as long as you get your diet right, you're taking your supplements. Say right now you can't go outside as much. Get your vitamin D, especially if you have melanin. Well, everybody has melanin, okay? But especially if you are of darker complexion, okay? If you are darker, if you tan in the sun, I'm talking about that deep tan without spraying yourself, you just naturally tan, you need to make sure you consume some type of vitamin D supplement, okay? Because you're not going to just get it in your foods. It just doesn't work like that, the way the food is processed, whether you're getting it organic or not, because I eat all organic, and I still have to take vitamin D supplements. I take vitamin B supplements. I do my spirulina, coralina. I do so much. It's just like I would go on forever with all this I'm doing, okay? But I've been like this for a while because that's what's kept me where I am now, where I'm able to talk to you guys. Before, I was on a feeding tube taped to my face, big old hole in my stomach for like over a year or so. I went through a lot of stuff. So, I'm just going off of what works for me. But anyway, let me get to something else, because that's not what this video is about, but I still wanted to touch bases on that, okay? Also, I wanted to talk about this book right here that I was reading. Okay, this is just my opinion, guys. Books come down from somebody else who wrote them, okay? So in my mind, in my heart, even as a child, I always felt like, well, how do I know this is the truth? I wasn't there. I didn't meet this person. I wasn't there in that event. I'm one of those people, okay? I need to actually be there. You can't tell me that such and such is a bad person. I'm going to have to investigate and find out myself. I'm one of them people. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to books, I read them and I get my own feeling off of them, and then I compare them to other books and stuff, and I normally stay with the ancient odors, texts, and stuff like that. And I do dibble in the newer stuff because it all comes together. That's what I'm trying to get at. But you still have to find your truth in everything, okay? Find your own truth in everything and seek it, and you will find. So there's a guy here, Billy Carson. I've talked about him on my prior videos. It was more about his music than this book because I didn't get this book until my birthday, which just passed. So, excuse me. You drink my tea, guys. Okay, so anyway, he has traveled the world, I think maybe 2 times. Billy Carson, he goes by Forbidden Knowledge with a 4. Forbidden Knowledge is another name he goes by. He's traveled the world twice and has done a lot of investigation and research. He has a lot of videos showing you these sites, these places, these ancient texts, these tombs, these, like, I really admire his work and his research. That is something I've always wanted to do. So I get to actually experience it through him, and it's pretty cool, to actually do it myself. So anyway, he wrote this book, and it's really awesome. I've been reading it here recently. This is the Emerald Tablets. It's a compendium of the Emerald Tablets. Okay, look up the words if you don't understand what they mean. A Beginner's Guide by Billy Carson. I really like this book. I really do. I think this is a lot easier to comprehend. He breaks everything down. He even gives you, I'm about to show you. He gives you websites for everything that he puts in here. He, all the information that he puts in here, he gives you a website to actually go look it up yourself. Like, I don't even want to read or follow or listen to anyone, whatever, however you want to put it, who cannot show you where they're getting the info from. Because, I mean, some stuff you can't. I know that because I'm a very spiritual person. There's a lot of things that aren't in books. But if you can see here, after he gives you a breakdown of what Thoth said, because that's basically how he does his book. He has the real stuff from what Thoth says, and then he breaks down and tries to explain it in the most simplest terms of what the meaning is of what Thoth said. And then he gives you a website to go research whatever it is after he gives you a breakdown about it and gives you the, let you know what the ancient text is really referring to. And I think it's really cool. Like, if more people done this, I think it would be a lot easier for us to concept things and, be able to understand them, okay? Because if you're not, like, if you go right in, let me read some of this stuff right here, okay? This is coming from Thoth. Hark, like, who knows what hark means? Like, a lot of people wouldn't even know what that means, especially if you're in the hood, the ghetto, or people who are just not privileged, that doesn't have, they don't know what this stuff means, whatever, you know what I mean? And then who talks like that? Like, we don't talk like that, so this is not something that would just, you be able to just grasp. So I really like the way how I like how Billy Carson broke this book down and made things so you can comprehend them. So it says right here, hark ye, O men, and list to my voice. Open thy mind space and drink of my wisdom. Dark is the pathway of life that ye travel. Many the pitfalls that lie in thy way. Seek ye ever to gain greater wisdom. Attain, and it shall be light on thy way. That's what I was saying earlier. Basically, if you seek the knowledge, it will come to you, darling. But when you read it like that, does it sound like that? No, it doesn't. So I like how he breaks it down, to where you can get a better understanding. And then I just want to read this other little part right here. Open thy soul, O man, to the cosmic, and let it flow in as one with thy soul. Light is eternal, and darkness is fleeting. Seek ye ever, O man, for the light. Know ye that ever as light fills thy being, darkness for thy shall soon disappear. Like, just reading that, most people wouldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? They just wouldn't. And it's understandable. We don't communicate like that today. That isn't a language that we use. We're not even taught this in school. I don't know about around the world, but here in America, no. Open thy souls to the brothers of brightness. Let them enter and fill thee with light. Lift up thine eyes to the light of the cosmos. Keep thy face to the goal. Only by gaining the light of all wisdom art thou one of the infinite goals. Uh, for me, that basically goes back to what I just said earlier. You have to seek knowledge all over. You cannot be limited. If you do, you limited your mind. You limited your chance of getting to know the truth because you'll be stuck with just one thing, and don't just jump onto any one thing. That's just my philosophy, and that's always been something that works for me. Hidden and buried, lost to man's knowledge. Hidden and buried. So you're going to have to seek and seek and seek and seek and seek and seek and decipher and decipher and seek. Hidden and buried, lost to man's knowledge. Deep in the finite, the infinite exist. Lost but existing. Flowing through all things, living in all, is the infinite brain. It's just telling you where you need to dig, and all that goes back to basically meditating. I keep talking about it. People meditate and don't even know they're meditating, by the way. Like, a lot of people think you have to meditate and get completely silent, and I'm not sure about that. I've actually tried. I'm recording. I'll be out in a minute. I've actually tried that, and my bad. I don't want that mess up my video. I swear. Every time I record, everybody want to come and talk to you. Like, bro, I've been in here for hours. Nah. But anyway, where was I at? Oh, I hate people do that. I don't even know. I have so much going on in my head. Oh, okay. Meditate. Okay. So a lot of people think when you say meditate, the first thing that comes to mind, especially for me in the beginning of this process, was get quiet, close your eyes. The close your eyes thing, when I wasn't going to sleep, was just like, what? Like, I ain't taking a nap, It was just like the whole process was weird and it didn't work out. But over time, I have found a way to make things work for me. Okay, for me. You have to make things work out for yourself. Everybody's not a cookie cut. We don't all have that same mentality or same, I don't know. Like, how some people say, like, you outside the box or whatever. I'm one of them people always say it was different. Okay. And I know this and I embrace that. Okay. So I don't go, you can't teach me like you teach everybody else. And I'm okay with that. As growing up as a child, I was taught that it was a bad thing, but now I know, like, no, it's not. It is what it is, because I'm automatically knowing, like, oh, this ain't right, that ain't right, hold on now. So anyway, with that being said, you need to find a way to meditate that works best for you, okay? You meditate when you take a shower. You meditate when you having sex. You meditate in different ways that you don't even know you're meditating. When you're on the toilet, when you're working out, if you're jogging, if you're walking, if you play music, you're meditating, especially if you're into that song. That's a form of meditation. People don't realize that. You put on your favorite music and you just boom, boom, and you're just vibing